Hi, I'm on agenda with the Cosmic Clash, and this lovely November evening, the Cosmic Clash brings you Nalgadas. Let's start with presenting the members of Nalgadas, which I give you Chief on drums, Rat on vocals and guitar, and Albert on the bass. We do have another member by the name of David, which is lead guitar. He's not with us today, but he is with us
in spirit. He is always with us in spirit.
Right on, right on. All right, well, first of all, I want to thank you for doing this interview with the Cosmic Clash. It's been a real pleasure. I have to say that the first time that I heard you guys, I fell in love. And I really do mean that. Just because of the fact that you guys just bring something to the table that other bands don't have. And I can say this because I've seen, heard, watched a lot of bands everywhere throughout the United States. And you guys, there's certain bands that can do that. You guys bring that something. And I love your sound. I love what you guys do. And I love where you're going with it. And, you know, people need to know about you guys because you guys are talented, you know, group of individuals. So first, we're going to go ahead and start off with, you know, the first question. How did the band Nalgadas come about? How many years have you guys been together? Are you all from El Paso? Give me the scoop on that. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay. Hey, thank you for those beautiful, kind words that you said earlier. Thank you. It means a lot. I can tell you a little bit about the... Well, first of all, me and Pato were in a band called Super Cobra back in the day. Maybe some people remember that band. Me and him, you know, we that band just disbanded for whatever reason around 2009, 2010. We've always been, you know, we've been best friends for a long time. We've always had, you know, a musical vision that's been very connected. So we always knew what we wanted to do, I think, and we always knew that we wanted to start another band. And finally, around 2011, 2012, we started with that, which became this. I don't know what to say now, Chief. I'm sorry. I'll hand it over to Pato now.
That's awesome.
Thank you very much, Leo.
Thank you very much. You're fired.
All right. So yeah. So there's no like. Our story like goes like every other story of bands, like people getting together and loving music and making music, and I don't know, we definitely, me and Leo were like, oh man, we want to do something, because once like Super Cobra ended, we still wanted to play music, and we were like going to shows again. We were like checking out all these great bands that were coming out, and we were like, wow man, I want to be a part of that again, man. And suddenly, just like I told, because like I didn't play guitar and I never played guitar, I never sang or anything. I was like, oh, maybe I should learn to play guitar, come up with songs, and just like bring it up. And I told Leo about this song. Leo loved them. Like, hey, Pato, we can do something with this. And I told David, like, hey man, so we have a couple of songs, and we would like to, like, you play leads on them. He's like, oh yeah, hell yeah. And we did, and we were like, okay, we just want to record them. But suddenly, man, we were like, man, we can play live, I guess. We can do this. So then we got another bassist, which is Aldo, which he was like, what, like 1 year with us?
Yeah, he was with us for about a year.
Yeah, he was with us around a year, and something happened. Really, it's really hard to explain, trust me. And he had to leave, and then we got Alberto, which is a blessing. He's like really cool, and he's up for everything. And suddenly we're like, okay man, so let's start playing songs. And originally, like all of us, we used to live in Juarez. So I'm from Juarez actually. Well, all of us, like, well, except Leo. Leo, like he lived in Juarez, but us, like, we went to public school over there in Juarez and shit. So then we were like, oh shit, kind of like we wanted that name Nalgadas because it's Spanish, and at the same time it sounds cool when you're trying to pronounce it in English, like Nalgadas. And I like how that sounds, and it was kind of funny at first because like that was the reason we kind of like came up with the name, because we didn't want it to be like taken serious or be like this band like with a deep concept or nothing. Like it's like really superficial, like really straightforward. Like maybe you can say it's kind of stupid. Like our lyrics are kind of stupid if you pay close attention to it, because like there's nothing going on there, dude. And so then what happened is that at first we were like, okay man, so we wanted to sound like, we wanted this like garagey, like kind of psych sound, and suddenly every time we played it kind of sounded kind of more punk. It was weird because like we wanted something, at first we wanted this and it came out something totally different. And I think that's pretty cool because I was like, okay, this is not what I wanted. Well, this is not the sound that we expected, but it sounds good and it works. So we were really glad that everything came out like really well. And as Leo said, like we're like still in it, man. So love this, and pretty sure. Yeah, it's been a while, right, Roberto?
Well, like Pato already explained, I joined the band because of David, that I knew from college. We become friends because we talk about music and stuff. And
No, we're not in college, dude.
well, when we
never graduated.
Nobody
Don't
has
say
a
that.
college degree.
sorry.
No.
But yeah, because of David, he invited me to the band and it has been pretty fun.
Do you want to mention one thing that I've always been really proud? See, in our old band, it's funny that you mentioned. I know you mentioned like stage presence and, you know, whatever you said about us before. Pato and I, you know, I've never considered myself to be like the best drummer ever, and I don't think he ever considered himself to be like the greatest bassist ever. And I think we always got a lot of shit for being like the idiots in our old band, but we always took pride in that because it was part of a show. It's fucking rock and roll. It's not, you know, I'm not fucking whatever. So we always got a lot of shit for that, and I'm really proud of the fact that me and him are the only ones that are still fucking doing this, and we're doing it in a good way. You know, if people like it, that's cool. If they don't, that's fine. But we're still here, which is what he said. We've been doing it for a long time. Nobody else is still doing this. I'm really proud of that, and that's what me and him have always like taken into account. That stage presence, that showmanship. You know, being a badass musician is awesome. That's, you know, I'll respect that till. Oh, sorry, Chief. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to hit your knee right there. You know, being an awesome musician is cool, but there's more to that, dude. There's a reason bands like Kiss, you know, like there's a show. It's like it's you know, you can hear it, but it's also visual. It's fun. And if, you know, if this guy has to wear like some glasses that say Perro Feo, or if I have to take off my pants, you know, whatever, dude. It's just fun. It's fun. It's fun, dude. For some reason, like in the last couple of years, fun has been lost in this whole like rock and roll thing, and it's just stupid to me. So I'll shut up now. I want to hear you.
Well, you know, it's funny that you mentioned that, you know, you guys are still going strong after all these years and stuff like that. Because, like, now usually, like, the drums and the bass follow each other, but I've witnessed, like, a magical connection between you and Rat. And when you guys are playing and stuff like that. And this connection is just, you know, it's awesome. And I feel it. Like, it's just... It becomes both of you in one, and I've witnessed that, you know. And I mean, like, where did this connection start, and where would you both like to take that connection in your musical, you know, for your musical journey throughout what's next in your life?
Well, you know, back in the day, again, going back like 15 years or whatever, we were in this group of friends in Juarez that would do like the normal thing, just go out to bars, get drunk, whatever. But me and Pato, Rat, Edgar, whatever you want to call him, we started to hang out a lot. We started getting into music a lot. So we started kind of like branching out from them. Like, yeah, we would all go out together, but then we would go out to like different like rock bars and watch bands and just be drunk and stupid, whatever. And I think we formed a bond that way. Excuse me. So when we started the band, I mean, like I said, I started playing drums when I was, you know, like 21. So I started really, really late. He had been playing for a long time, but you know, he had always been known, you know, for lack of a better term, of a class clown, like in high school. So we always had that thing, and we were always into like the New York Dolls and like Motley Crue and, you know, all that glam stuff and Bowie and T-Rex or whatever. So we would always like try to do stupid shit, basically. When we were playing with Supercode, we'd just do like glam stuff, maybe like dress up in drag, some makeup. I used to play naked in that band, etc. So we kind of formed a bond, you know, that way. We've been best friends for a long time. We've always had like the same musical tastes, and plus we were the rhythm section in that band. You know, it was bass and drums. So we've always, not just as friends, but musically we've always been really tight, and I think it's carried over to this band, and it's, you know, gotten us to where we are now, whatever that is. But you know, we're here, I guess.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. Like, yeah. Well, Leo. So what happened is that me and Leo were like, all right, so let's do this, Leo. And I don't know. I always like when I had like a little, even like a small riff, or like even something like a riff that was going nowhere. Leo like kind of like got the rhythm of what I was trying to do. Like sometimes I don't know what I'm playing, and Leo like kind of gives them like structure, I guess, and I think that kind of works. And what David and Alberto do is like they just do their thing. That's another thing, because it's weird, because if you see Alberto, he's playing like a lot of like crazy stuff, and I'm like, oh shit, that sounds bad. And yeah, and he's like he's his own man when he's playing bass. But I like that it's not like, all right, man, it's a simple riff, it's gotta be like this. It's like, nah, man, I'll try to come up with something. And yeah, and David does the same thing. He's like, I do like really simple riffs, and these guys just like turn them around, just to do like crazy effects on them, or just like put something else in them. But I think that's kind of our formula, because at first, like, I come up with a riff. Well, you're playing on an acoustic guitar, like you try to play like, I don't know, like a punk riff, whatever, dude. It sounds like Green Day. I don't know, dude. Like, it always sounds weird. Like, I'm like, oh shit, this sounds horrible. But once like I play it, like these guys like pick it up, you know, and they're like, oh shit, yeah, I understand what you're trying to do, and that kind of works for us. And as Leo was telling me, like, we're like, I don't know, it's sometimes like we come up with a song like at the moment. We're like just playing just one note, just like that, and suddenly everybody's pitching in ideas, and then suddenly it's like it has the structure of a song, and we're like, oh fuck yeah, we're gonna do this, and eventually it happens. So I think it's kind of, I don't know, it's most of us like do our own part like for each song.
Right on. All right, so going into that as well, I mean, you guys are just warming me up for the next for the next question.
Dookie, that's a great album.
Everybody does their own thing.
Yeah. Well, you guys definitely don't sound like Green Day, that's for sure. You sound like Nalgadas, fucking badass band. So, who writes the lyrics? Who masters the sound? Or does everybody just come with it?
Well, pretty much this guy does everything. I mean, from the very beginning, he sent, like we said, you know, explaining how we started, he sent me songs, you know, on like a phone recording, him on acoustic, and those songs, which by the way sound amazing acoustically, they could be, I think, released that way. But you know, they turn into whatever we're doing now. He wrote the main riff, the main lyrics. If anything, you know, maybe I'll like help out with a couple lyrics or whatever, but that's about it. It's you know, the main thing, he does it, like he said, Alberto and David just sprinkle their greatness on it. David's a great lead guitarist. I don't think he gets enough credit that he deserves. I don't think he even knows what he's doing. He's just like doing his own thing, and it just makes it sound like the way it does. And you know, this is Alberto's a second bassist, but he's always been into like doing a lot of different stuff on bass. Like, I mean, I can't try to explain this. I don't know how to explain it, but it's just, you know, it's a whole. The song itself is this guy right here. And then it just turns into whatever it is later, because everybody kind of puts in their own 2 cents, you know?
Yeah, and about the lyrics, that's weird because like first of all, you come out with a riff, right? Then you try to sing like on top of that riff, but sometimes I'm singing like stupid stuff, like it just doesn't make sense. But at the same time, the words go like connect really good with the riff. So sometimes they're like, alright, so I prefer that a word sounds like good with a riff of just saying something like really deep or really like inspirational or something that will make you think. Because what I think, it's like when words really connect with riffs, it's like really good. And I don't know, it's there's like some words that I love how they sound. And how many songs are they when they have like the yeah, or they say baby, because those words sound good. They sound good with the riff.
Yeah, just because he's mentioning this. So, okay, one of our newest songs. A couple months ago, we're watching a football game. There's this guy called Boomer Esiason. His name's Boomer Esiason, and he's a quarterback from the 80s for the Cincinnati Bengals. He's an announcer for CBS. Great quarterback. Even though Joe Montana beat him in 1989. That passed John Taylor in the end zone. Anyway, no, but yeah, so we're watching a football game while we practice. Boomer Esiason is an announcer for CBS, and we're writing this song. And there's really no chorus for it. He's like coming up with lyrics in his head or whatever. And then there's a chorus coming up. And the chorus is Boomer Esiason, and that's the name of the song. It's like Boomer Esiason, and that's the name of the song. So that's what he's trying to, I mean, that's basically what he's saying, is that, yeah, you can go all deep into like, oh my god, this and that, and the moon and the stars or whatever. This guy's a fucking announcer for CBS during a football game, and we're practicing doing that. And I'm biased, but I think the song is pretty badass. And I think the lyrics, this guy doesn't get enough credit for his lyrics too. He's like, no, I don't want anybody to read this. They're awesome lyrics, dude. Awesome fucking lyrics. I'll tell you that right now. Not just because he's my friend. Oh no, okay? Alright, hold on.
I think you say something. Well, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, well, pretty much he starts with a riff and then goes try to play something that goes according with. And also David does all that recording and mastering for a record that is supposed to come out sometime.
So it will come out soon at some point. Yeah, that was the second part of that question. David is doing all that. He's busy doing that right now, that's why he's not here.
So you have a record coming out?
Yes, hopefully. We're done with the first, what hopefully will be the first record, yes.
He's like the technician.
Yeah, he's a producer and the busy guy. Yeah.
That's awesome that he's with you guys. That's a total package in one. Alright, so this question is for Rat. Like, we're gonna go back to the sound, back to the stage presence. Where does your awesome stage presence come from? Like, because it just doesn't come from you picking up a guitar and learning how to play the guitar and, coming up with lyrics that mean nothing to you, but mean a lot to your listeners, because you do have some pretty simple right to the point lyrics, and I admire that. That's really great. Where does that awesomeness come from? That stage presence? Where does it come from?
Damn. Oh, well, never thought about it, but first of all, it really comes out like natural. Like I want to do this. Like this is the. Even when I'm seeing a band, I'll be dancing. I'll be like just cheering or just like throwing my fist in the air. That's even just watching a band. If I'm playing with my band, it comes like natural to me to feel that same energy, I guess. But to be honest, like I've always been a sucker for arena rock. I always love, like, if you see Kiss, if you see David Bowie, if you look, you see like one of my favorite like icons of rock and roll is Mark Bolan. If you see Mark Bolan play, it's like amazing. He's like mesmerizing, and sometimes I feel that when you see bands, it kind of loses that, because like you're seeing a band at the same time you kind of like you lose concentration of watching them. You're like, oh, all right, this is a cool band, just get a beer, and then just watch them just like 10 minutes, and that's it. And it used to be not like that. When Kiss played in the 70s, you're like wow. Or like you see Judas Priest or whatever, you're like mesmerized. You're like, and I always love that, like that the band is the one that's concentrating the energy in the room.
Yeah, it gives you those goosebumps.
Exactly.
Those goosebumps. You guys do that. You know that, right?
Oh, you don't, but that's good.
All right, this is the last question in this awesome interview with Nalgadas. I'm gonna make it a good one. At Monarch, El Paso, Texas. Burger Records, in my opinion, is the best thing that has happened to anything in my pants.
I like that. That's good. Keep it. Like, go.
Burger Records is the best thing since radio, and it has brought a lot of awesome bands to their label. I want to know how stoked you guys are to be a part of their Deep Secret Volume release party in Austin, Texas, coming up this week.
We are very stoked. Burger. I've tried to book shows for a long time, and a lot of the bands are from Burger. A lot of the great bands out there are on Burger. So they gave us an opportunity to be at South by, and when one of those shows that happened here in El Paso, they got to see us and they offered us whatever is going to be out there in the future, hopefully. But what did come out is that for International Cassette Store Day, September 27th, one of our songs was on the comp from Burger Records, which is all Texas bands, a bunch of great Texas bands, by the way. It's called Deep Secret Volume 3. We're going to do a tape release party on November 29th, which is a Saturday of Thanksgiving. And we are giving thanks for that. So we are stoked about it. That's why we're doing a show tonight. So we can get some money to get out there. Because, you know what? Honestly, there's so many great bands on that comp that I was kind of like, oh wow, I can't believe we're on this with these people, because it's like Secret Prostitutes, Fungi Girls, Oblios, Hidden Ritual. There's a lot. There's 14 bands. I think there's 14 bands, and there's a bunch of good stuff, and I am really excited to be a part of it, and I'm glad that we're going to be able to go down there for the release party. So I guess you could say we are pretty stoked.
Right on. I'd be stoked too.
Yeah. Yes. Yes, you are correct. You are correct. You are correct, Leo. Yeah.
Oh, Crooked Banks.
Crooked Banks.
We're playing Crooked Banks.
Yeah, we're totally excited about that, and we're just like when Leo told us that we were gonna be on that comp, I was like, oh man, this is good. This is really good, because sometimes you don't think about it, like how good it is, until like you see it printed or you see like you're there. It's like, oh wow. Because like, I tell you the truth, I never consider ourselves like, oh, we're like fucking great. We deserve this. It's about time. Or fuck no. I'm like really humble about this, and we're like, oh man, this is great. This is freaking great because it comes out that some of the things that we wrote, like just in our house or just at Leo's apartment, came out in a cassette for Burger, and especially with one of like best like garage and psych and like punk bands from Texas. That's something to consider. At least like the day I die, or at least when I have children, I won't. But I'll tell them like I used to be in a Compton Records back in 2014. So yeah, it's pretty cool, pretty awesome. Roberto?
Yeah, I'd like to mention that a lot of this stuff happens because of the connection that these two guys have, because they do a lot of shows in here with barbecue and stuff. So thanks to them.
Yeah, I really want to talk about that. Bato mentioned us being humble, and we are. I mean, we've been, like we said numerous times before, we've been going at it for a long time, and it's really, really cool that something's finally happened. You know, whether it's just like a comp or just like some video or whatever. I mean, it's been a long time coming. I think we've worked really hard, and it's cool that it's happened. South by happened. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like we're the greatest band ever, like he said. I mean, we try to be really humble. We're not like the youngest guys in the world either. You know, it's just, you know, being positive and helping people out when they come through El Paso. You know, all those connections that, you know, all those things, all those people that you meet that you think might not have an effect on you at all. You just don't realize what opportunity might come from that, whether it's like tomorrow or next week or a month from now or years from now. You just never know. And, I mean, me and Bato, we've just been like trying to grind it out every time, and if good stuff comes from that, that's awesome. And it's just really nice that things are finally like kind of happening. So we're really excited for that. Really, really excited.
I'm excited for you guys because you guys really do deserve it.
Thank you.
I woke up with listening to Nalgadas this morning all through the afternoon, and I was able to do that by catching them not only on the Cosmic Clash but on Bandcamp, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. I want to thank you guys for being a part of this interview on the Cosmic Clash, and Austin, here they come.
Here we come, November 29th, Beerland. Hopefully we can get maybe another show before that on that Friday, but if it doesn't happen, we'll party that Friday and then we'll just party some more on Saturday. Beerland, November 29th. And like Mona said, YouTube, Bandcamp. Yeah, my Instagram is basically Nalgadas Instagram, so you know, just a bunch of stupid stuff going on all the time, which is just basically our lives all together. So you know, look us up, guys. Woo!
Thank you.
Thank you guys. Thank you, Mona.
You're welcome.
Thanks for the interview, and look forward for our
Right on. Thank you.
Rock and roll.